Hello and welcome to Monday Night Live for the 15th of August. It's Yvonne here, founder and CEO of Women's Fitness Adventures. So thank you for watching live. There's a couple of things that came across my desk this week that I think are really important and worth talking about, and would love for you to participate in the discussion as well. So if you are watching live, please let me know where you're checking in from, whether you are a member or not, whether your day, give me a thumbs up for days good, bad, or in between. And you know that tomorrow will be, the sun will rise again and be a great day. So love to check in with you. I am sitting here at my desk in Brisbane, having come over a chest infection in the past week. So it's almost at the end and I'm starting to feel great again. So yeah, sharing my Monday Night Live with you. So there's a couple of things I want to share this afternoon or this evening. And firstly is, and they all tie in together. So firstly is what you say no or what you say yes to says a lot about you. Secondly is we ran a masterclass during the week for our members on common hiking injuries and how to avoid them. And I want to expand on that a little bit more tonight and talk about overtraining and why some injuries occur, and just some response we've had to some training programs that is worth anyone knowing about, and getting derailed. So it's easy to get derailed. It's harder to get back on the tracks. So I want to talk about that. So the three things: what you say yes or what you say no to says a lot about you. Also, the common hiking injuries and how to avoid them, and particularly overtraining, and our programs, and then getting derailed and how to get back on track. So hi, Julie. Lovely to hear from you. Yes, thank you for speedy recovery. We will be down in Victoria soon, so please look out for some details of that. It's been a hiccup, but we are getting there. Hello, Beth. Lovely to check in with you. I feel like we've been joined at the hip for a couple of days, so it's lovely to have you here and hope that you're feeling great as well. And hello, Sandra from Sydney. So we're kind of on the whole east coast of Australia at the moment, and I know we have some international watchers as well. We had a couple from Belgium last week, and we've got a couple of our members in the USA as well. So welcome to everyone. Remember, I can't see you unless you comment. I don't know who you are, and I'd love to know who you are. For those of you who don't know, and Tassie as well, Brod, I am actually sitting here in my pajama bottoms, and I'm running for those of you doing Couch to Mountain, I'm doing Couch to Mountain next, and my in-laws are here and have reminded me that I have pajama bottoms on. So when I run the program in Couch to Mountain, because we're doing some movement, I actually should get out of my pajama bottoms. So let's dive right in. So what you say yes to or what you say no to actually says a lot about you. So we often think that the things we say yes to are the things that define and shape us, and they absolutely are, but the things that we say no to are equally as important. So by saying yes or by saying no, or even not saying anything at all, makes a statement about us. And because everything is defined by time, what we say yes to or what we say no to is the exact opposite. So if I'm saying yes to wonderful family time, then I have to say no to something else, because we can't, as much as I've tried, split ourselves in half or in thirds, or duplicate or replicate or clone ourselves. So what we say yes to means we have to say no to someone else. We all have the same, or something else, the same finite amount of time in our day, and also the we have the same amount of time, 24 hours in a day, whether you are on one side of the world or the other, you're the richest or the poorest, you're the most intelligent or the least intelligent person on the planet. We all have the same amount of time in our day. So what we say yes to is also the opposite of what we say no to. So it ties back into this getting derailed, my third point, how easy it is for us to get derailed from our best intentions, whatever that is, when something doesn't quite go according to plan. And look, I have it too. I, have not been particularly well over the past week and got some other stuff happening in parts of my world that you don't know about. And it's easy to get derailed. My routine is not there. My commitment, because I've been unwell, to my fitness regime is not there either. And then when you don't do that, it's easy to get derailed and think, that all or nothing thinking that, well, I can't do this, so I may as well not do that either. So the things we say yes or no to are the things that really define us. So if I'm saying yes to spending time playing games on my phone, which I do, then that means I'm saying no to spending time on something else. And that could be reading a book, that could be going for a walk, that could be, preparing a healthy meal. It could be anything. If I'm saying yes to going for that walk, that means I'm saying no to something else. And that no could be to spending time with my family. That no could be to, learning how to speak Spanish, or that no could be, the trip to the hairdresser. So what we say yes to means we actually have to give up time to something else. And as much as we would like to think, and believe me, I'm an expert at it, that we can fit everything into our day, we can't. And at some point we have to do some boundaries. And we were chatting yesterday just about that on our online social walk in the morning. So hello, Brod. Hello, Margaret from Cairns, and hello, Narelle from Lennox Head. So we are literally East Coast. Come on, some of our South Australian and WA people. We want to have you here. So we've got the whole of Australia and the territory covered. So we were talking about that yesterday, that what we say yes to and what we say no to says a lot about us. And the whole, the new thing, quiet quitting, which is a new term, and great resignation, another term, but also how we set our boundaries. So if we are continually saying yes to work, to checking emails, work emails, to, answering text calls when it relates to work or relates to things, volunteer, whatever you might be doing, then we're saying no to our free time, or to owning time, or to being in charge of our time as well. If we are continually saying yes to, and, family commitments, it means we are saying no to sometimes time for ourselves. And if your day, believe me, I'm right here with you. If your day is filled with doing stuff for other people and not stuff for you, then is that saying yes to everybody else and no to you? And is that where the derailed comes in, because we're so busy giving and nurturing our time as women to everybody else that we actually aren't giving and nurturing to ourselves? So the getting derailed comes not only when you're thrown out of routine, but it comes also when we don't give to ourselves, that we're not committing whatever that is, time to ourselves, to read a book, to cook ourselves a nutritious meal, to go for a walk, to set ourselves a goal or something that we dream or desire, that we get derailed and think, well, I may as well just, if I can't do my exercise, then I can't eat well, then I can't do this, then I can't do that. Or if I, didn't finish work at 5, like I said, then I can't go for my walk, so I'm not going to do anything at all. So I'm going to kind of go down that track. So that getting derailed, that what you say yes to and what you say no to is all interlinked. And here comes another one. So let me just check. Hi, Vanessa from Koroy. And if you agree, I see some love hearts there, then please let me know. I've got no idea. I'm talking to the green dot on my screen. If you disagree, I'd love to know as well, because this is a conversation. There's no right or wrong, and everyone's free to pop their comments in, because it makes it so much richer. But the other thing that I've noticed lately, and there's a lot of, if you listen to the news, lots of potential doom and gloom out there, depending who you listen to. And the whole idea of the news is to keep you attracted and come from a base of fear. But if we look at, this is what I've observed is that there are generalizing that we, as in society, are good at spending money on ourselves, as well as time. You could probably put time in there as well. So that's things like a cup of coffee, or maybe the hairdresser, or maybe it's a book, or maybe not a book. Book's not a good example. Or, for me, I do get my nails done. They're not done at the moment. Or buying some clothes or something like that. But when it comes to investing in ourselves, so on versus in, then perhaps we're not so good, because when we spend money on ourselves, we can easily see the benefits. When we spend money or invest in ourselves, the benefits take a lot longer to come back. So when we invest in ourselves through a new course or advancing our education or having rich conversations with people, mentors and people you admire, or investing in your health and wellness, that takes quite a while. It's not instant payback. But investing on yourself where there's something tangible to show is, it's visible, it's there, it's that instant gratification. And I've just noticed from what I see in society in general, and I am generalizing, and I'd love your views on it, that we seem to be getting good, especially post-COVID, at spending money on ourselves, just spending money on things rather than investing in ourselves. So, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. As I said, I don't own the answers to all this. It's just some things I've observed. Thanks, Sandra. You like that distinction, investing in or investing on. Yeah. And, investing in yourself is giving time to yourself. It's giving time to your mind as well, to invest in that white space of where we're not connected all the time, where we have the opportunity to be grateful, to be appreciative, to be thankful that, we wake up, every day in a beautiful country that's, free from, it offers so much freedom, and, to live that and to get out and appreciate that with a simple walk is investing in yourself. So it doesn't have to be, investing in yourself can be so many things, but it doesn't have, the rewards won't be seen for many, many hours or days or decades, but it is absolutely worth it. So yeah, that's it. True, Janet. Different ages, different stages. Yeah, absolutely. But investing in yourself, when you're at school, you're investing in yourself. If you head off to university or have an apprenticeship or anything like that, that's investing in yourself. And, there's lots of those great sayings. It's we reap what we sow, and what we sow today, or the best day to plant a tree, is now. So the other thing to talk about, and getting derailed ties back into this as well. So remember, I'm talking about three things. What you say no to is what you actually say yes to. So they belong together. Or what you say yes to means you're saying no to something else. Getting derailed is also the thing, and that we sometimes when things go haywire or go a little bit astray from what we want them to be, then we can get derailed, and it can be hard to pull ourselves back on track. So here's something. We had our masterclass last night, and I know a lot of you watching are members, and not last night, last week, and we were talking about common hiking injuries and how to, minimize our risk of being injured when we're out on the trail or preparing for a trail. And there was some great feedback, and it's an all over body concept. But one of the things I've been noticing lately too is the opportunity or the ability to overtrain, to have this fear of keeping up or not being last, or not being, thinking if I don't do it now, then, I may not get to do it. And overtraining can be just as challenging a task as undertraining, or not getting to the training as you had planned it to be. And so overtraining can show up in a whole different range of things, and it can show up in sore muscles. It can show up in, and this happens in all sorts of things, not just hiking. It can show up in stress fractures. It can show up in fatigue. It can show up in, just general body aches and pains. So really important that when you are training, that you train to a plan, and that plan works for you. And, the longer you can map out a plan and then stick to that plan, the easier it is, and the easier it is to manage the plan, and the harder it is to get derailed, because you've allowed and factored in the bits that you can get derailed from. And I hope I'm not being too cryptic, but we've had a couple of, so one of the things we do with our programs, our multi-day adventures and our training programs like Couch to Mountain and soon to be released, our 100K Adventure Ready. And I know I keep saying that, but that will be out in the next 10 days, where we train you to, if you want to participate, to do a 100-kilometre hike that stays overnight, not a full pack, just day pack hiking, but 100 kilometres, or it's a bit over 100 kilometres. But we provide the training programs. And in the last, there's probably been 4 or 5 members who have taken that training program to their exercise physiologists. And the physiologists have been really super, super impressed that the training program takes in the whole body. It takes in a structured, well thought out, well planned program that takes you from wherever level you are to where you need to be for that adventure. And along the way minimizes the risk of injury, because it is structured around all parts of the body. And I know today at our hike about, we were really focused on our hips and our leg strength and building really strong hips, because really strong hips are so important for hiking. But having that good, strong body strength, lower body strength, will also minimize the risk of back injuries. So just wanted to share that overtraining or going too hard, too fast, can lead to all sorts of injuries as well. And then when you get those, you can feel derailed. You can feel that I tried that, it didn't work. So I'm just going to opt out for a while. And then it's harder and harder to get back in. And I know certainly from member feedback that those who have been injured or coming back from injury, or, had COVID, most of us have had COVID, that getting back in is sometimes a challenge, because you don't want to get out of bed, it's dark, it's raining, it's whatever it might be. And the easy option is to just say, I'll do that tomorrow. But having a plan and a structure to pull you back in, to know that all is not lost, and that to remember how good you felt when you were on your plan, or when you were doing those things that made you feel really good, is the great way to get back from being derailed. So I hope that everyone got something out of tonight. Let me know. There's not many comments other than telling me where you are. So remember, these were the things that I was talking about. What you say no to is also what you say yes to, or what you say yes to is also what you say no to. So remember, it's the opposite. Investing in versus investing on yourself. So investing on yourself is buying something that gives you that immediate gratification, and that's fantastic. But also, invest in yourself, and investing in yourself isn't immediate show up. It might be, with exercise, you invest some time into yourself to go for that walk, and you do get the investment paid back in terms of endorphins and feeling good and great mental health. But you will get that investment back in spades decades later, because you are active and moving as frequently as possible. And getting derailed, we all get derailed. It's getting back on that train. It's getting back on that carriage and going, I can do this. I may have been on that road that's going straight down there, but there's been a little bit of a detour, but I'm getting back on that path again. So really important that when we get derailed, and we all can get there, and right now life is really, really quite confusing and weird. And I think that, it's easy to get derailed, and it's easy to have those thoughts that might put us in a place where we don't want to be. But don't let that override all the great stuff that you've done. Don't let that take away from all the great stuff that you want to do either. And reach out, there's communities that support that. And, when we getting those friends and getting that community around you will make such a big difference to how you feel, and that will get you back on the train. It's like the other passengers are there just waiting for you. I'm just going to share this from Beth, and it's so true, Beth. And we've known each other for many, many years, and all very relevant. Like any investment, it is long term with peaks and troughs, absolutely. And we all ride the peaks and troughs. And if anyone doesn't ride the peaks and troughs, then lucky you. But for the majority of us, and I speak with lots and lots of women all the time. I get lots of emails. I see lots of comments on Facebook and all the other bits and pieces in my life. And we all share exactly the same concerns. Our stories might be a little bit different, The characters might be a little bit different, but we're all sharing the same concerns. And I really think that, when you start talking about it or just putting your hand up going, hey, I'm off the rails, help, I'm behind with my plan, help, I would like, a little bit more support here, that, you'll get it. You just simply have to ask. We can't read minds. Kerry says, derailed is definitely what I have been since NT. Too much working and then being unwell. I seem to have lost direction, but once again, conversation inspires me to start investing in me again. Absolutely, Kerry. And we've got something coming up in a little while, maybe a month or two, called the post-adventure blues, and we all get it. And how do we do that when we come back? I know you had a great holiday there. When we come back from it, what happens to us? We're up here on this high and then down there. So we have got a post-adventure blues coming up. So thank you. Please, it just belittles it. Investing in ourselves is so worth it. It is absolutely worth it. And when you feel good, life is easier to manage. And Margaret says, it's so important to give yourself time to recover when you need to. Yep. And we think that, I think I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago with the pause and the reset. And sometimes we need to go slower to go faster. And that's not faster necessarily in a walking, hiking speed. That's faster as in where we want to be in our life in terms of our mindset. Our mindset sometimes needs to slow down to smell the roses and pause and look around and go, yeah, that's the rail I'm getting back on, or the trail I'm getting back on. So thank you for sharing that, Margaret, as well. So that is Monday Night Live for tonight. For our members, there is lots coming up. The book club book is actually just seems to give gems every page at the moment. So I look forward to our online book club tomorrow night. And then on Wednesday night, we have our Tales for the Trails behind the scenes from Iceland. So if you have ever wondered how we got there, what we did to train for it, what it was really like, then I encourage you to register for Wednesday night, but open to both members and non-members. And we will be talking about a potential Iceland adventure in 2023. So that's July, into June, July next year, and putting up tomorrow some expressions of interest. We also have our online active functional fitness as well. So lots of great things happening this week. And I really commend and love waking up on a Thursday morning to share functional fitness with everyone. Denise, I'll just jump into this one last comment. I'm finding it harder as I get older to keep walking. I don't know, Denise, if that means, you've got some physical reasons that it's harder, or whether it's a motivation thing. But I do know that movement matters. And for our members, if you're wondering about movement, we did do that masterclass on why movement matters with our musculoskeletal physiotherapist, and why that's so important. And, the long-term study of, women in Victoria, there were I don't know how many thousand that they studied over 30 years, and movement is the key. Movement was the key to their long life. It wasn't just about the ailments that protract us, but movement gave them the freedom to community. It gave them the freedom to friendship. It gave them a whole lot of stuff. So, Denise, you've said there it's physical and motivation. And here's the key. Here's the trick. You don't have to walk far, and you don't have to walk fast. And if physical limitations are what's making it harder, then, and I don't know your personal circumstance, is finding ways that bring you joy in that movement. And is it things that we can, is it possible for them to be overcome? Because if we think about who we were last year, are we the same person now? Do we have the same thoughts? Do we make the same decisions? If we looked at a photo of ourselves this year versus last year, would we be the same person if we really looked at her? Are we the same person we were 5 years ago as we are now? What are the things that brought you joy then? What are your views and values that were then as well? And I know I've gone a little bit off track, but that really does tie into what you say yes to is what you say no to. And things that you might have said yes to 10 years ago are maybe things you would say no to now. The people that you hung around with, the activities that you did all those years ago as well. So Denise, reach out via email if you'd like a hand with anything. For those of you who are members, thank you. And if you're not a member, you can jump onto our website, womensfitnessadventures.com, and learn more about membership there. But that's it from me for tonight. I'll be back next Monday night for Monday Night Live. It may be a little bit earlier next week. I'll put that up. I think it'll be at 5 o'clock next week. I've got some friends coming in from the West that need to be picked up at 6. So I will do it at 5 o'clock next week. So thank you for joining in. If you have comments later on that you want to share, I'd love to share them and not make this such a one-way conversation. But thank you for joining in, and I will catch up with you next week. Bye.